Thank you for choosing Ambit Technology Group. I'm going to tell you about some things with our system that we have. This is the collaboration training part of the system. So I'm just going to start top left to right. Right here is where you search or dial a number. So if you want to call somebody, their contact starts with 765. It brings up everybody in your system. This is a saved phone book that is in this system. So you choose Ambit, which is us. You can go over here, click mobile. The SMS doesn't work, but you can also do show contact. The SMS does work if you buy higher licenses, but it's not developed fully and something that Wildix is working on coming out with this year. The second part is to speak the number here. This is to dial with your voice, 765. And it does the same thing to bring up your whole list of users here so that you can do that hands-free or without typing in what you need to do. You can use this to call somebody instead of, so there you can go over, you can call, or you can hit this blue button right here and then calls. This will place the call from your collaboration. The next item over is where you choose your device. Each user has up to 10 devices. For this user, they have web, which is the soft phone that we're on now that I'm showing you guys. They have the 480 phone, which is their desk phone. We will also show you guys that, or we showed you right before. The one other thing that a lot of people have is their app for their phone. So that's going to be called iOS, Android, or whatever phone that you have. You just want to click on the one that you're in, and you can have up to 10 devices. So if you also want to load this on a tablet or anything like that, this is an option for you here. If you wanted to ring any device, that way it's going to ring you no matter where you're at. If you're up moving around the office, it's going to ring your phone, your computer, and if you have a cell phone connected, it'll do that also. And this little plus mark here, you can send the SMS. That's the same thing that we're working on getting going for everybody. You can send a fax and do a post-it. And this is a really neat feature that comes with this system. So I'm going to send a post-it over to another user that I have. Just letting them know that their meeting's here so that they can. So that'll pop up on their screen, and they'll be aware of that so that they see that in front of their whole display. You can also start a group chat here that will appear in this icon. This group chat will have everybody in the group. You set it up here so you can have everybody in the group see the same chat. Here's where he sent me the post-it back, and it pops up right in front of my screen, so it's there for me to see even if I'm doing something else on the browser or I'm looking at something different. I see that pop up. So if I do have a meeting or if you're trying to get a hold of me, you can also change the priorities of post-its in here from normal to important, and that sends a red post-it so it would stand out a little bit more as well. Next thing over is this group conference. If I'm wanting to do a new conference, I'll go to here. And I'm going to name this conference meeting. And I'm going to enter people's names here that I would like to have in this conference. And you can also do a email address. And this will add people to the conference that are not within your system. They'll get an email with a link in it. All they have to do is click the link and they are in your conference. You can write a description here to explain what it is to anybody that might need to know. And then down here you can schedule it. So if I need to do a conference later today, say at 3 o'clock. I just changed that so that way it's scheduled, and I don't have to get back on and create it right at the time of. If I'm trying to get to a conference that was scheduled, it's going to be sitting here. So if I scheduled it for a few hours ago and it's getting ready to come up, I can come in here and click on it, and it'll show you who all is already in the conference when you do so. This next icon is where I've been sitting. This is our collaboration icon. When somebody's on a phone call, they will get a little handset next to themselves, show they're on a phone call. These people with the blue circle means that their desk phone is live and available, and people with the green means that they are logged into collaboration and they're available on that. Right here we have Sean, who's put himself in away, so he says he's reachable by phone. I'll show you in a moment how to create new statuses, I guess, so that you can have it edited and really fit what you want to get out of the system. These are your feature buttons. These buttons also line up with the buttons on your phone. The phones that we have for you guys have 8 soft buttons as well as other buttons that you just scroll over to see, so you can have up to 16 buttons. We also have some phones that have even more than that, and as soon as you upload them here, they upload to your phone, and it's all seamless, so all of your devices are going to be the same. If you have the app logged in, you still have your feature buttons that come up, so if you call somebody regularly, you can put them on a button here and be able to get to them pretty quickly. And here's your messaging. So these are the post-its that I sent. That's why it has these little pins here. But this will save any messages. If I had messages going on with 5 or 6 people right here, it would save all the messages. I could just go back in and see who all I've talked to and what all I've had going on. If I needed to go back, it'd just be pretty much like your messages folder on your phone where you have all your text messages. This is just for people within your system. On this part is the phone book, and here they have all of their contacts. They have a lot of them, and this is a shared contact phone book that is on this system. You also have your own contact phone book, and you can upload contacts from your devices, your cell phone or your tablet if you wanted to. You can also connect with Outlook, and if you try to look up somebody in here that's in your Outlook, once you're connected to it, it'll automatically pull up that contact. So it's going to link those two phone books together also. Here's your call history. Right here is a recorded call that I did. It saves the recording right here so I can click on it and listen to it. These down here were faxes that we sent. So it's keeping track of faxes and what I sent, who I sent them to, keeping track of your recordings. You also get an email of each one of these events sent to you so that if you're off site, you don't have the app on or anything, you're going to get an email that shows that you missed a call from so-and-so. So that way you know to get back to them, or you'll know that you need to get back to them on Monday. This is your voicemail folder. You can manage this from your phone, from your computer. For many of your apps, really, if you want to delete voicemails that came in that you don't want, you just check them and get the delete out of there. If you want to download them and save them to somewhere else, you just hover over this and you can download them that way. This is your settings, and there's a lot of stuff in here for me to show you guys. But if you need help setting something up, or if you have some more questions, just get with me and I'll help you do that. We'll be around setting phones for a few days, and we'll be here for the turn up of your system. So any questions through any of this that I've shown you already, or these settings I'm about to show you, feel free to grab any of us and we can help you. First thing is, you're going to have a standard password. We'll give a password to you guys for everybody in your system, so everybody will have the same password. You're going to enter that here after you've logged in your first time, and then you're going to enter your new password and confirm it. Everybody needs to change their password just for security reasons. If you want a picture like the users have here, you're going to do that on this spot right here. You're going to do picture and edit. It goes right there. If you want to change your date format or time, that's right here. If your time ends up being wrong at some point on your phone, or the date is, it might be right here is all you need to change to fix that. This is something that I want to tell people to turn on. It's ring only active device. So right now I'm on web. If I get a call, it's only going to ring my web phone. If I'm on the 480, which is my desk phone, and I'm on ring only active device, it's not going to waste its time ringing my computer. And then I can choose any, and it's going to ring all of my devices anyway. So this should be turned on by default, but if you really like to make sure that you're going to get the call anywhere, you could go ahead and leave it turned off. I choose to leave it turned off so that if I leave the office and I forget to put myself on my cell phone app, then I'll still get the call to me. But if I'm sitting in my office and my computer rings, my phone rings, and my cell phone all ring at the same time, it does get a little bit cumbersome. Here's in your features keys. I have them set up pretty standard already. There might be some changes that you choose to make to this, but how I set it up to start off with is if you're in do not disturb or away, it's automatically going to send your calls that you get to voicemail. You can change some other things in here if you want to, how many times it rings or your ringtone. There are a lot of options in here to customize it for each person. These are your function keys that I showed you on this button right here. If you wanted to add another colleague or add a speed dial button. So to add a colleague, I'm going to say reception. And then on this one, I'm going to do a speed dial. I'm going to say husband. So that way if I call him a lot, he's really easy for me to get to. Here I can view calls between and do stuff like that. If I want to automatically transfer without having to hit the transfer button when I'm dropping to him, you're going to highlight these arrows. And when I show you how to transfer a call in a few moments, if this arrow is highlighted, it transfers a little bit easier. So now I have a button in here for reception and a button for my husband. So when I want to call him, all I have to do is go to my function keys and hit call instead of looking up his phone number or whatever it might be. This page right here is your fax server page. You're going to upload your company logo here, your company name, machine ID, and fax header. A lot of companies we found that want this to be standard throughout the company. So if you have something that you guys use every time you send a fax, this is where you'll put that. If you want it to be individualized, you can do that. You're going to be faxing from your collaboration right here, so it could be individualized to you, or it could be standard throughout the company. Your chat and presence is a really neat area that you can change some stuff and make some stuff better for you guys. So for this user, we're going to do a do not disturb that lasts for, let's say 6 hours and 15 minutes. So this person, for some reason, he's in a big call or he's on a plane or whatever he's in, he can type, I'm on a plane. We're going to save that, and then if he wants to change his status to I'm on a plane so that everybody in the system knows he's on a plane, he can do that, and it will show him on a plane to everybody that has him on their screen. This will be the same as if they try to transfer a call to him, it'll automatically go into his voicemail box because he is set to do not disturb. Web phone, this is the phone that I'm on now on the computer. This is my soft phone for better terminology. Sometimes if you change from one headset to another, like I've done today, you'll get stuck in one microphone or something won't update. Right now I'm using a Wildix headset. It gives really clear sound and it was really good for recording this video. So my speakers are working through my headset. If I get a call, it's ringing through my headset, and my microphone is working through my headset. So if something happens funky with your headset, you can only hear stuff coming in and out, or you can't speak to someone, it might be because your microphone is picking up from your computer, for instance. Just a different mixture, so you can come in here and make sure all of these are right if you're having issues with the headset or your microphone. Extensions. This is a very important area of the system. When you first get logged into collaboration the first time, the first thing you should do is come into here and update all of these. The laptop that I'm recording on right now is not the laptop that I use for my Wildix. I have a different one, so that's why none of these are updated. But each one of these need to be installed and kept updated. Your Outlook integration, you have some choices. If you don't want your Outlook integrated with Wildix, you don't want to install this one. If you want to use a headset and it's not working, this integration might just not be up to date. So there's some stuff like that. This one's the one that makes it work with Chrome really well. For your faxing, you need this one. So if you want to have all the different things that our system provides to you, this is how you're going to do that. Next we have this little drop down menu. So map view is if you guys choose to use the location services. I do not believe most of you guys will be using that since you'll all be on site most of the time. So this is for more management level and up, and that's if anybody even decides that they need to use it. Edit colleagues, that's for this page that I'm showing you back here. If I wanted these people on my colleagues list, I'm going to go in and check them. Do a check mark and it pops them up in there. Same for the opposite. If I don't want these people to be shown, I never call Andrew. So I'm going to take him out of there. So it makes this page more helpful for my use instead of just standard. So right here you see Terry, she's on a call now, so she's on a call. It was green while it was ringing in, and now that she's on the call, it shows her with a red handset. So you can see if we needed to transfer a call to Terry, well, she's already on the call. Maybe there's somebody else that would be better for me to transfer to. Here's your post-its and post-it history. So if we wanted to see the ones that we sent back and forth, there are those. Even though I closed it, I'm still able to see. And then I want to show a little bit about how to manage a call in the system on here. So here's how you're going to manage a call once you're in the system.
This is Kristen Williamson with
If you
Ambit
want to mute the call,
Enterprises.
you
Please
can do
leave a
that right
message and
there.
I'll get back to you as soon as
Hang up
possible.
the call. This puts the call on hold. This is just on my screen. This isn't for anybody else to pick it up. If you're wanting to park it for somebody else to pick up, you'll have to put it in a park orbit.
To leave a callback number, press 5.
This is to transfer a call, or you can actually take this call and drag and drop it to where you're wanting to transfer it. So if I'm wanting to transfer it to here, and then I hit this transfer arrow. If you have that transfer arrow chosen where I showed you earlier in your feature keys, then you won't have to hit it that second time. This is how we record a call. If you want to record it, it'll put a log into your call history here, like this one I did earlier today. And then your keypad. The one last thing I'd like to show you is continuity. Right now we're on web, but say I want to pick this call up on my phone. I can click on this right here, and it's going to seamlessly let me pick that up on my phone so that the customer on the phone with me does not know that I changed devices. Other things in here, video, screen, conference, these are all other things that you can do with this call while you're on the call. If it's somebody on a computer, you could video chat with them or share your screen. You could create a conference or show the contact of the person coming in to you. My phone's not in the contact list for this is the only reason nothing came up. So if you guys have any questions while we're walking around, we're going to be around for a few days putting out phones and setting up your system, but feel free to grab us and we'll help you with anything we can. Thank you guys.